once again, right out of the comments, just in case there's a block or a disagreement. Over here at Reactions, Rants, and Rabbit Holes, every now and then, we got subscribers, bus riders, we like to call them, say, hey, can you check this out? I was like, yeah, why not? Of course I can. It's up to the system to decide if you're allowed to see the end product. So, that being said, I don't know if there's going to be a block over this or what. If there's a big old stoner face, or, well, no, I don't have that one. I just got a smiley crying, I'm sad it got blocked emoji. You'll know what happened. Otherwise, I'm thinking we're here for the visual feast. And giving all credit where credit's due, Peter, Gabriel, whoever the creators of the art are, Vnderworld official, Dark Side Mix. I'm just all credit where credit is due. This channel talks about the juxtapositioning of imagery and ideas. I think we're and this is to honor the possible fusion of human and AI creativity. That is a whole other side of the discussion we're having here. Now, I'm going to say blockage super possible. But we'll go from there and check it out. Looks like it's going to be a visual feast. Well, right from the get-go, the imagery is incredible. I love the little third eye almost implication there. We're hip to that over on this side. That sunflower, this transition period right here is very cool. Right from the get-go, 12 seconds in, that's wonderful to look at. Because very interesting. Oh yeah, I see what they did there. Tough.
In the air, the small cloud takes its form. All the phones take pictures while it's warm. Panopticom, let's find out what's going on. Panopticom, let's see where clues are leading. Panopticom,
Wow, that's cool.
won't you show us what's going on? Panopticom, so how much is real? And we fall the medicine down while we watch the world around us. We got witness on the ground, taking in the evidence, and we reach across the globe. Got all the information, go you face the mother load. Tentacles around you, around.
Okay, first and foremost, I get the same kind of feeling I get when this channel has talked about taking the deep dive, a deep scan Mandelbrot set. I don't know if you know it. First and foremost, we have spent lots of time, for my own personal needs, thinking about the infinite. The deep dive Mandelbrot, the deep scan. I don't know what the proper. I'm pretty sure I've said enough. You could stumble ass backwards into what I'm talking about. Let's move on. Very cool. Tons of ideas, imagery. The only departure this channel would have is it believes, I believe, for entertainment purposes only, that no section of the planet has forgone tragedy. One of the things that makes us human is unfortunately to recognize suffering and well, do something about it. I don't know if we do, but one of the components. Imagery is just incredible, incredible. Very they say because it keeps moving, it keeps taking me. It's so much to take in. It's very interesting how it works. Especially when you know, if you're seeing the darker non-negative, but we were talking about balance and imbalance and controller versus controlled individual. Kind of the balance of the dark, light, positive and negative frequencies, energies. Subject matter of this channel is talked about ad nauseum, just no one watches. But it's here, so I like it. I think it's very interesting and feeds. Now, at the same time, yeah, a lot of Lovecraftian tentacle stuff going on. You know what I mean? A lot of tentacles. But that's okay. The ancient ones would be proud. That is so cool. Very cool. That's a little too submissive, unfortunately. Uncomfortable for me. And uncomfortable in a weird way. Passio talks about the universal symbol for ignorance is, you know, kind of your head buried in the sand. And in what prone ass up position does that always leave you? Just saying. Vulnerable.
From above and deep below the
Well, the amount of layers of control system ideas and indictments going on here, we go for hours. So it's just exceptional. I hope it makes it through. As Mike was saying, it's not that I'm not a big. I don't know much about Peter Gabriel or his career, and I'm not. I don't got feelings either way. This is all incredible, and the moment is what I think matters. I am very cool. Good selection. Now, also at the same time, to be fair, I don't see where the indictments here are any different than Erica and the Amoebas are making. Instead of vocalizing them here, they're well, as listed, as talked about, a juxtapositioning of historical and futuristic scenes deepens the thematic currents. Oof, what word you? Okay, we're just gonna leave that there. I would want to read that whole thing too. Now, if some of this doesn't tie into our esoteric knowledge search over there with Passio, I don't know. I guess I'm confused and missing a few things. Say it.
it was in the
Horrific.
that all the evidence was found.
There, little details for me are super important. The horrific nature of the victim, but then the faceless nature of the order followers behind. And that's straight out of Passio this morning. Believing from what I was taught that order followers represent the most dangerous organism the planet has ever seen, willing to do others' bidding for an ideology or a handout. A false sense of security, and I will do someone in for you. This house, we don't really respect order followers unless those orders can always be based on a moral, ethical framework. And that is so easily corrupted that, but I just wanted, I think I caught that. I don't know. I see facelessness on the order followers and graphic horror on the victim. And never do I see the faces come into point of view. They're appearing to observe the victim. But the horror in the victim just outweighs the faceless order followers to me here. Very powerful.
The dawn,
still
evidence was found.
There it got real complicated. We passed a lot of time there. Nice ride though in the future. Real 50s retro streamline.
Look from the street and we look down from the skies.
This is what's so interesting and cool. I mean, come on, isn't that Whistler's the farmer and the right? So many. I mean, isn't that the Wicked Witch right there too? I mean, so many pop culture images in here melded in with it. And hard because the way it's all morphing, it's hard to catch. But man, I mean, that's for sure there. But complete indictment of the ideas too, with or the inevitable mortality of it all. I don't know, right? It doesn't always have to be death. Doesn't always represent evil per se, right? Just inevitable end. All systems will crumble eventually, outwear their usefulness.
See through the barriers, we could see through all those lies. Panopticom, let's find out what's going on. Panopticom.
And then one of the things I see reoccurring is definitely the visual control system, the watching us. Is a high part of the imagery in there, which I mean, we said cool. End user agreements. I can't believe terms and agreements. Yes on a phone is going to enslave us farther, but here we are. I really go with the Apple indictment of South Park indicting Apple and the Human Centipede all in the same episode, and they couldn't get them to read the terms and terms of service. How do you get them to read? You can't get them. No, they just agree. And then if they lay it in there, what did I learn? Isn't that what a tacit agreement? You don't know you're agreeing to it, but because you signed it, you tacitly agreed. You're cool. You volunteered for it. You're number 3 in the Human Centipede. It's just happening. Because you said yes. You didn't bother to read it. Now, I'm guilty of that too, so. But hopefully I'm also guilty of indicting the coming control system on a daily. So, yeah, it's a balance.
Let's see where clues are leading. Panopticom.
Now, that transitioned into the mushrooms. I've been talking a lot about, I've been trying to watch some young Terrence McKinnon and Jungian psychology, maybe? I don't know the right way to put it. I don't know the Cliff Notes version to tell you. But, monkeys, mushrooms, and consciousness. Because we tripped a lot. I'm curious on that whole side. I'm curious about that. I believe in the soul. But I am interested in the monkey-mushroom connection.
Won't you show us what's going on? Panopticom. So how much is real?
That's cool. I don't even know what that was. Cool.
And we pour the medicine down while we watch the world around us. We've got witness on the ground, taking in the evidence, and we reach across the globe. Got all the information going to face the mother road. Tentacles around you, around you.
Oh man, oh sorry. Straight ancient one. Oh, I mean, right, that's good enough. Yeah, I mean, oh God, there's the King in Yellow right there. I mean, that's pure Lovecraftian. That's awesome. That's awesome. But we just watched True Detective season 1 so I could try to figure out the Lovecrafty, because I'm not smart. I'm pretty dumb. But I realized that the dead trees and the refineries in the background of the shots were the misty ancient ones in the background. It took me a long time to figure it out. I didn't get it. I didn't get how they were, because I'm superficial viewer. I just want a popcorn flick and smoke a doobie. Lovecraft is too complicated for me too. But that's Lovecraft right there. Was that Cthulhu? We're telling you, King in Yellow. I mean, I just went down this rabbit hole. Like I said, so there's definitely straight pop culture, other ideas, and that's the thing with the AI. If it did it, it's incredible. It's incredible. But is it just a bunch of ideas that have already existed put together in a new mix, blended up? I don't know. This part for sure. Right there starts growing. So it grows in the background, but it's there, and morphs straight into the Lovecraftian horror. So I caught the ancient one down here at first. There's some eyes on it, so I'm like, oh, I knew we were there. Well, yeah, right there it was. But the tentacles are I'm like, there's no part of this that seemed like, hentai tentacle porn. So I'm like, well, then that leaves us Lovecraftian tentacled ancient ones. Fire, though. So quick, just gone. Once again, the camera, the control system has been with us since the very, very beginning. I mean, honestly, I think we went from the third eye to the monitoring us in one cut. That was powerful, but that was all the way back at the beginning. Oh, real tree of lifey there, just, you know what I'm saying? Real. Not Avatar-esque, I mean all of it, no, because they're with the kind of almost steampunky. But, no, definitely tree of life-ish plus, well, they're Worldian kind of H.G. Wells type transition there. So cool. So many different feels in that imagery. I loved it. I really think we should, except I went 20 minutes. I should read all this. I highly recommend, I don't know, how'd we do? That was fun. Gosh, golly, I think you should support all. I mean, that's a hell of a work of art. Interesting song. It was not hard to listen to at all. But the imagery was overpowering, of course. I'm positive it's meant to be. Very, very cool. Later.